Hey everyone, Alex Berger here, and today we're going to be reviewing AJR's new album, OK Orchestra. This is the fourth studio album of the group based in New York City. Before I begin, I would like to say that AJR has been steadily improving, I would say, since their album The Click, which was reviewed really poorly. I personally thought it was a decent album. I didn't think it was anything, special, I guess. I just kind of, as a young kid, 8th grade freshman, in 2017, I really I really enjoyed the new pop sound that they brought, and I thought it was, new, cool, something unique. The more they made music, the more it was just very apparent that they were going to be pretty stalemate. However, this album is showing development. I think they're growing. I think they're evolving into a more broader sound of pop. I wouldn't really list them in really any other subgenre besides pop. But yeah, so to kick things off with this album, the first track on the album is OK Orchestra, and upon listening to it, it's fun. It's interesting. I really enjoyed the intro. I thought it was really cool. They introduced the instruments of the song in kind of a showful way, almost. The only thing that did not make sense about this song is their emphasis on Humpty Dumpty at the very end. That kind of threw it off. Kind of confusing. But other than that, it was a decent song. It was definitely one of my favorite tracks on the album. I thought that the vocals were very I thought the vocals were pretty good, and that they weren't really cringy at all, that they really kind of did blend the song together well. I thought it was a pretty good song. The second song on this album, Bummerland, was also one of my favorites. It comes in with really kind of strong melodic piano, along with some really good strong vocals. This is one of their singles off the album, and I thought it was pretty good when it came out first. I thought it was pretty good when it first came out. I thought the vocals were really good. I really like the transition of instruments at the end. It really, kind of played a good role in the song. The whole song's basically just about life after COVID. I didn't really find many things wrong with the song. I thought it was decent. I thought it was listenable. I would definitely, listen to this song again. 3 O'Clock Things. The lyrics are pretty good, but it's just such a letdown musically. Like, instrumentally, the beat's okay. The beat is okay. I thought the instruments were just kind of underwhelming for how strong lyrically this song was. Like I said, I would definitely say this is one of their more lyrically sound songs on the album. I really like that line that if you're effing racist, then don't come to my show. I thought that was a really good line. This song is just basically talking about the classic lying awake in bed, not being able to fall asleep, and just thinking about random stuff. The next song on this album is called My Play. The lyrics are okay. It's about his parents divorcing, not wanting to show his parents his play separately. Like, he wants to show them at the same time, but it's also like a play on he wants his parents to stay together. So I mean, it makes sense. But he's also trying to say that, like, if his parents aren't in love, and he, how is he gonna find his own love? And it's vocally, it's sound. Vocally, it's a pretty good track. And the instrumentals aren't terrible either. But it's not one of their better songs on the album, just because it's kind of, I don't know, it's okay. Then the next song on the album is called Joe. Uh, and the beginning is just such a cringy, like almost pentatonics version of what they wanted the intro to be. Like it just it's so like it's such a forceful a cappella intro that it just becomes just unlistenable. However, I will say the synths at the end of this song are pretty nice. That is probably the only thing about this song that I really actually enjoyed, though. The next song is called Adventures Out There. It's about him losing his girlfriend to another guy, him losing his socks, him getting socks, and more stuff about socks. I cannot stress how annoying the forced motif of socks was on this song. I understand, okay? You lose your socks, you left them at your ex-girlfriend's house, and now you need new socks. Okay, I get it. Oh, don't even get me started on Bang. Easily the worst song on this whole album. First of all, I cannot escape it anytime I get in my car because I turn on the radio, and every single time I turn on any pop station, I just hear boom, 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 boom. This song just sounds like a not good version of Panic at the Disco. It just has really nothing going for it. It's about wanting like excitement in his life. The song itself is so overproduced, and it's just trying way too hard to be a radio hit that it becomes unlistenable, honestly. Continuing on the stretch of horrible songs, the song after this one is called The Trick. I mean, the bass in the song isn't that bad. It's just the terrible vibrato that they have put into this song. They've layered some voice effect, some vibrato voice effect over their vocals, and it just makes it sound like trash. And it didn't just stop at them putting it in the intro. They had to layer it over the whole song. The whole song was this trash layered vibrato. But then after this one, we get into this song called Ordinary-ish People. It's not a terrible song. The album starts to look a little bit, on the better side, starting on this song. Then the next song in the album, Ordinary-ish People, is about, oh wait, you guessed it, being an ordinary person. This song fails, and it fails hard. I don't know what's worse in this song. The overused cliche of wanting to get away from your 9 to 5, or that random Blue Man Group feature on this song. When I saw this first going into this album, I was like, oh, a Blue Man Group feature. That's interesting. I mean, Blue Man Group's cool. They're funny. They're an entertaining group. But upon listening to this song, until the very, very end, this feature makes absolutely no sense. But fear not, because this album does get a little bit better. The next song, Humpty Dumpty, when I first listened to it, it was kind of annoying. I didn't understand the whole Humpty Dumpty thing, but looking into the song and its lyrics, it makes a bit more sense. It's about like emotions, how to handle them, wanting to show how you can express emotion, I guess. It kind of also sheds light to like how people are embarrassed to show emotion sometimes. It's actually one of the tracks on here that actually like makes sense to the overall message, I guess, because I mean you can see from the artwork, I mean there's like the happy side and there's like the sadder side, and I mean that's about as deep as it goes. And then the next song is World's Smallest Violin. It makes sense. The song itself is about him and dealing with his emotions again, and him wanting someone to talk to express those emotions. It's a good song to have right after Humpty Dumpty, because they both kind of go together. The vocals are okay. The instrumentals are also okay. Overall, there's not that like wow factor, I would say, of this song though, but it's a decent song. It's not terrible. The whole transition of instruments thing kind of threw me off at first, but upon a second listen, it's kind of interesting. It's really creative, and it's produced really well. It kind of surprises you. So that's a pretty cool thing about this song. And then we get into probably the two best songs on this record. Way Less Sad is definitely the best single they released for this album. It talks about like the range of emotions people go through, or maybe what he goes through. It's by far so much better than Bang. It's not even close. Like this is the single that should have been pushed as hard as Bang was. I understand why they pushed Bang more, because it sounds like that really cheesy song that you would hear on the radio, every 5 seconds. And oh wait, that's exactly what it is. Way Less Sad is actually a decent single. They should have pushed more than Bang, because Bang's ugh. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to stop talking about it now. This Way Less Sad song's pretty good. The bridge is okay. It's a good song. Up to now, I've noticed that all of their songs, no matter the emotion, pretty much all sound happy. At least on this record. But it's kind of a common theme for AJR, is that almost all of their songs, no matter the emotion, sound happy. And then we get to what I believe to be the best AJR song I think I've ever heard, Christmas in June. This song is pretty cute. It's amazing. I love this song. Lyrically, instrumentally, everything works. The lyrics are so witty. It's speaking to the age-old scheduling problem. Let me check my schedule, let me check my calendar kind of thing. But he's talking about this with his girlfriend or his wife. So it makes it really, it makes it, for a cute song, at first it makes him sound kind of self-centered, but upon further listening, it's meant in a cute way, in kind of like a genuine, kind of like that rom-com type of thing. The bridge is really cool. I like the bridge a lot. It was really a good wow factor for this song. Overall, I think this is the most genuine AJR song I've heard in a long time, if not ever. And that pretty much does it. Something that this album very much is lacking is an original title. I loved OK Human, which was Weezer's latest record. And this sounded like, in times, a kind of ripoff of that, with the OK theme, kind of like OK Computer. I mean, you could maybe make an argument that OK Human, it was copying off of OK Computer, but not in a way of where they were taking that sound and completely, copying that. But this record, there were times where I'm like, that song kind of sounds like all my favorite songs, you know what I mean? With like the violins in the background and just some of the vocals, how they sounded. I'm like, that sounds a little bit like Weezer. Title's not original. Most songs are kind of bland. Most of it feels forced. Not some of the worst AJR that I've heard. It's not as bad as Neo Theater, but it's still meh. Production's pretty good though. I was expecting the production to seem effortful, because AJR, even with the quality of how their songs are, like as far as lyrically and instrumentally, sometimes they still do a great job of production on their albums. I think they're one of the more talented producers in the pop world. Granted, they do have a lot of overproduced songs, but other than that, this record is it's not great. It's a step, I think, in the right direction for AJR, like to get to where they need to be. I'm thinking of 4 on this. It does not have much going for it. But yeah, if this album just had, Way Less Sad, Christmas in June, the OK Overture, and Bummerland, this would be a decent album, but it's really not. It's not that great. Yeah, a definite 4 on this one. Thanks for watching. I hope that this gave you a little bit more insight to this album as far as what to expect if you're going to give it a listen. Yeah, just let me know what you think of it. Drop a like, maybe subscribe if you want to see more of these. It's it's hard when we have to listen to another AJR record, but who knows, man? Maybe they'll get better. Maybe they won't. But we will see. Until next time.